Welcome, this is the Moro Pigeon Show. I am your host, El Moro. Woo, hectic day, man. Hectic day. I had to go to mail some birds, post office to Massachusetts. But anyway, listen. I made a video about how to make a new race of pigeon. Okay? So I did it in Spanish and now I have to do it in English, okay? So I don't want you guys mad at me. So I am going to explain the best that I can, and believe me, this is only a little bit, man, because there's so much about this. I got involved into this and like things keep popping up and popping up and popping up. It's a lot. So let me start by saying, as you know, I've been claiming to make a new breed of pigeons of Spanish potters named Primogénito. Okay? I am doing that. But it's not that simple at all. And let me explain to you. So what I have right now is a crossbreeding. That's what I have right now. I don't have yet the race of pigeons. Okay, for lack of better words, I'm gonna use race. I don't know. I struggle a little bit with the Spanish and English, but I'm gonna say race because in Spanish it's race, raza. Okay, so let me start by saying that you have three types of breeding. Okay. You have crossbreeding, you have pure breeding, and you have endogamia. Or in Spanish endogamia, but in English it's endogamy, or inbreeding, consanguinidad, inbreeding. Okay, so let me talk about crossbreeding first. What I did first, okay, so crossbreeding is when you get different races of pigeons or different lines of pigeons and you pair them together to breed, to have babies. What comes out of there is crossbreeding. Pure breeding is when you use the same line, the same race of pigeons to breed, to put them together to breed. What comes out of there is pure breeding. Okay? Now you have endogamy, which is when you get family, close family together. It's better known as inbreeding. So you put, let's say for example, father and daughter, mother and son. Brother and brother is no good. I never really like to do that. And then you have uncle and niece. You have aunt and nephew. Okay, and you put them together, cousins, far cousins. Okay? Inbreeding can get very messy. So that's why I don't recommend inbreeding. Okay, it really can get really bad. So let's start by crossbreeding, which is what I did. Okay? So what I did was, I got polvacera. Polvacera is a black diamond homing pigeon mixed with the Gaditano Spanish potter pigeon. Okay? So he's really good bird. So I got him and pair him up with the tippler, pure tippler, black print tippler. Okay, so what came out of there, I called Primogénito. In Spanish, Primogénito means the first one of its kind. Why did I do that? I looked everywhere. Nobody ever has crossed, or has taken the time to cross a homing pigeon with a tippler, with a Spanish powder for the purpose of strengthening the Spanish powder line and making more Spanish powders from there. Okay? So, With that said, I name it Primogénito. You have people that have mixed Spanish powders with tippler, Spanish powders with homing pigeons, but not the three together. So that's why it's called the Primogénito. Okay? So when I did that, I got two birds. I got the male and the female. Of course, because sometimes you get two males, sometimes you get two females. So I got a male and a female. The male was a black print, or in Spanish you call it gavino, or you can also call it grizzle. And the female, I call her a black grizzle. Okay. So I tried them out. They fly really good. Before I did that, I said that by crossing the tipper with the homer, with the Spanish powder, it will strengthen the Spanish powder. Not only on seduction, but on color, because the tippler has beautiful colors. Also on, I got two birds fighting here. I can hear them. Also on breeding, because tipplers are very, very good breeders. Also on strength on the air. Tipplers are the best in the air. That one and another bird that I know that I just heard of is called sky cutters. And they say that some of the sky cutters, they do like 33 hours in the sky. I don't know. I have to confirm that. But I know that tipplers confirmed is 22.5 in the air. Okay, so to bring that into the buchones, into the Spanish powders, is a plus. So it's positive, it's a plus. Okay, so I did that with the purpose of strengthening it. It doesn't take seduction because tipplers have very good seductions on the floor and on the air. The homers, I got homers there that I put them against any Spanish powder on seduction. Okay, they are very seductive birds, my white homers. Then the Spanish powder, which is seduction. Gaditano. Why did I use the Gaditano? Gaditano jerezano is a very beautiful bird. The head shape, the big shape, the pout is huge, and they fly a lot. They can fly a lot, and they do not go down when another pigeon is battling in the air, which is this is what Spanish powder, the thief powders are used for conquista. So when they are in the air, the Gaditano don't go down. I don't know if it's because the powder is so big that they can't see to go down, but they are very fine birds. Okay, I have testimonies of that. And I have videos to prove that these guys are the best flyers of all the Spanish powders, contrary to popular belief with a lot of the Cuban people and a lot of the, not doesn't have to be Cuban, but I deal with Cuban people because I'm Cuban. A lot of the people say, no, Gaditanos don't fly. That is a lie from the pit of hell. That is a lie. Gaditanos fly and fly a lot. I have videos from Spain to prove it. So this is why I chose the Gaditano. The head, the beak, the flying abilities. Gaditanos are very light. If you get a Gaditano in your hand, it's feathers and bones, man, and air. That pout is only air. It's very light, okay? And it's got a lot of drive. Okay, I like it when they seduce, they jump. I love it. Okay, anyway, so what came out of there, I put the cock with my Gaditana jerezana, and I put the hen with El Bendecido. El Bendecido is the son of the Gaditana jerezana that I put with the first Primogénito. So it doesn't matter. I don't want to crossbreed. I don't want to inbreed. It doesn't matter because I'm not putting those together. That is what I'm doing right now is a nucleus. That is one nucleus of family. That is one family nucleus. Okay? So what came out of there, it came out with, when I did it in Spanish, I was listening and I said it wrong. But with the Primogénito cock and the Gaditana Jerezana came out two, but they kicked one out by mistake and died. So I only have one from those. From El Bendecido and the Primogénita, it came out two. But El Bendecido got killed by a hawk, which I was devastated by that. So then I had to had him, those two by himself with the Primogénita. The Primogénita had no problem feeding them, but I took one away and I gave him to my wife. I ended up taking both away because I went and bought a Gaditano Jerezano to speed up the process from a gentleman that his name is Michael and he's a champion in Tampa, Florida. So I bought a beautiful Gaditano Jerezano and put it with the Primogénita. Okay? So from there, when the eggs came out, the Gaditano Jerezano was only 7 months. He didn't sit on the eggs. So to prove my point that the tipplers, that mix of the tippler, the Spanish powder, and the homing pigeon is very, very good together, the hen that came out from that, from them, the Primogénita, sat on the eggs 18 days and 18 nights by herself. They hatched. For about 10 days, she fed him. The Gaditano didn't feed her. But when I went, the baby had a scar. One of the babies got a scar, so I took him out. Now she's feeding. I took one baby out. That's another video. The baby that I took out, I took one baby out, give it to my wife. My wife's feeding 3 babies right now. And then she has one albino baby. Now, the albino baby is not really from her. I believe the albino babies are from the black diamonds. I'm not going to go into that. It's albino. It's got red eyes. It's white. I only seen one case of albino, and it's not a homing pigeon. From a homing pigeon, I only seen one case of albino homing pigeon. I'm not going to go into that right now. Okay, so that is one nucleus. I have 3 from them. Now, the Primogénito with the Gaditana Jerezana have 2 more. Right now, as I speak, I will, Yahuwah willing, I will bend them on Sunday. Okay, so that is one nucleus family. Now, every time you do, or every time you see a race of pigeon, they have similar characteristics. So if you see rollers, those who know about rollers, because I don't know how to tell them apart, but those who know, they say, that's a roller, that's a Birmingham roller. Those who see tipplers, they will say, oh, those are tipplers, that's a race. That's a tippler. I say race, guys. If I'm saying it wrong, forgive me. You understand? Una raza de palomas. It's a race of pigeons. Now, if you see, when you go to the homing pigeons, you look at the homing pigeons, they all look alike. Oh, that's a homing pigeon. They have different lines, but you can tell a homing pigeon. Anywhere around the world that you go, you can tell there's a homing pigeon. When you go to the buchones, you have different buchones. If you look at Hinenses, I look at a Hinenses Spanish powder, and I say, oh, that's a Hinenses. Anywhere in the world. I look at a Gorguero, that's a Gorguero Spanish powder. I look at a Granadino, that's a Granadino Spanish powder. I look at a Gaditano, that's a Gaditano Spanish powder. I know how to tell the difference. I look at a Laudino Sevillano, that's a Laudino Sevillano. Anywhere around the world, I know how to tell the difference. Now, if I want to make a cross, a breed of pigeons, or a race of pigeons. Hey, there you go, a breed. I think it's a breed. Yeah, I think that's the word. If I want to make a new breed of pigeons, or a new race of pigeons, they all got to look alike. They all got to look alike. Because right now, those guys, they don't look alike too much. Now, I can continue and do the breed of El Primogénito, that race of pigeons from that nucleus family, but I don't want to, because it comes from a brother and a sister, then they are then inbreeding. I'll be inbreeding. I don't want to do that. So what I have to do is get another nucleus family. Do the same thing that I did with this nucleus family. I have to get an unrelated homing pigeon to this pigeon. I have to get an unrelated tippler to this tipplers. I have to get an unrelated Spanish powder to this Spanish powder. So I have to get a new gaditano. I have to get a new tippler, flying tippler, and I have to get a new homing pigeon. Then I have to put them together. So over here on this side, I have only 8. I have 8 already. I have 8 primogenitos crossbreed, not a race yet. I have 8 primogenitos crossbreed on this side. I don't mate them with nobody. Now I have to get the homing pigeon, mix them with the gaditano. What comes out of there, I gotta breed them with the tippler. What comes out of there, it's got gaditano, it's got tippler, and it's got homing pigeon. That's a primogénito. Maybe 2 come out. So when I get out of that, I have to mix them with another 2 gaditanos that are unrelated to these first 2 gaditanos. What I got out of there, I got to mix it with 2 gaditanos, which are unrelated to with these 2 and with these ones. Completely different gaditanos. Okay? Now I got to look at the babies. If I don't like the pout, because a lot of times when you mix a gaditano with a homing pigeon, it come out, the crossbreed comes out without a pout. The powder pinches, the Spanish powders have to have a pout. And I like them bigger. Not exactly like a gaditano, but a little shorter than the gaditano, but it's gotta have a pout. So now, I keep with nucleus family 1 and nucleus family 2, breeding with different families. Okay. Now, I look at the babies. I have 16 of them here, 60 of them here. The pout, I don't like it too much. Let me see what happens if I mix them again. Mix them again, come out too big. Looks like a gaditano. I'm not going to use that. I know what that's going to look like. So those, I sell them. I get out. The other ones, sell them. They're still good. They're still really good. They are crossbreed primogenitos, but they are not a race of pigeons. They are not a breed of pigeons. So now, they are not pure breed. That's the word. They are not a pure breed. Because see, remember in the beginning I said we have crossbreed, pure breed, and we have inbreed. So they are not the pure breed yet. They are crossbreed with 3 lines, 3 different races of pigeon. Okay, you guys understand. You're pigeon people, you understand. Because I know I'm using a lot of words, because in Spanish, it's easy for me to say the word, but in English, it's got different meanings. But you guys understand. So now, I look at the birds, nucleus family A. Man, they're nice. They might look alike. They got the big, nice pout. I look at nucleus 2. Nice pout. They look like a little bit these guys. Okay. Now, the other ones, They're still good, but they're crossbreed. They are not a pure breed. So now I get those two. Maybe I got 18 here. Maybe I got 18 here. I put them together. They're not related to each other. Nobody related. I put them together. I look at the colors. I put them together. Ba 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 ba. The one that look alike, I put them together. Good. Now, when the babies are born, I look at the baby. Now, all this time, I have to be trying these birds. I have to be letting them go from far. I have to put them, to check out the seduction. I have to put them for the steal, to see how they steal the birds and they bring birds, to conquistar, to conquest. I have to put them to see how they fly in the air. So those are the birds that I'm going to pick. Okay? To put together with the nucleus 2 family, boom, together. What comes out of there? I'm going to observe. I'm going to look. I know they're good birds. I am going to take out from there what is what look alike. They at this point they gotta look alike. At this point, they have to have the same characteristics. Okay? So from there, then I start breeding. Now I use little numbers, but actually are big numbers. On the Spanish video, I say that in order for me to do this, I have to get rid of a lot of whites. I have to get rid of a lot of blacks that I have. I have to have, in the first video I say 20, but no. I have to have at least 50 Spanish, 50 Gaditanos. They are not related. I have to have about 50. I used 20 in the first video. I have to have about 50 tipplers that are not related. And I have to have about 50 homing pigeons that are not related. Because I do not want to start this with inbreeding. Because a lot of bad consequences come from inbreeding. You may get good results, but you got in the long run. The long run is no good, no good. Okay? And I know you might say, hey, I crossbreed this, that bird won. That bird won a bit. Yeah, that's one bird. How about the other ones? What happened to the other ones? And I'm talking about making a breed here. Not gonna start it like that. Okay, so now, in order for me to do that, I will need separate cages. Now that I need separate cages, a lot of separate cages. The separate cages that I need, they are going to be 40 inches long, deep, 30 inches high, and 36 inches wide, which is what I got back here. 3 feet, 36 inches. Why? I do not want to let those birds go in hawk season. They're too valuable. So this is the measurement that this bird, he suspend himself in the air. This guy right here. He suspend himself in the air here, and he doesn't damage his feathers. Those little cages, when you do that, they damage all their feathers. So I will have to have really, over here in my house, I can't do it. Or I have to have a ranch to do that. Not only that, it would take me years to accomplish this. Okay? It would take me years to accomplish this. Now, this is just me thinking. Maybe I can accomplish all that in less birds. Maybe I see it. Maybe I can accomplish all that in less time. Maybe, just maybe. But I'm going to need all those birds. I'm going to need a ranch to do that. Not only that, I'm going to need to spend 10 hours a day. It's called calculator, guys. 10 hours a day in the loft. As right now, as it is, I spend about 7 hours a day. Listen, you have to know your birds. You have to observe your birds. You have to, in Spanish, we have a saying that goes, el ojo del amo engorda al caballo. That means the eye of the master gets the horse fat. We, as pigeon guys, we have to spend time in the loft with the birds. We have to. This is why you have to love this. I spend 7 hours a day here. Sometimes I don't eat. I spend 7 hours a day, 8 hours a day. And those of you who are fanciers that love pigeons just like I do, you know I'm telling you the truth. You know I'm telling you the truth. Abraham, you know I'm telling the truth. Tony, Johnny Rodriguez, Red Eye Loft, you know that you have to spend time. You have to just go in your loft and just stand there. Just stand there. Don't move. And look at all your nests. Look at all your birds. Turn around. Look at all your birds. Really look at all your birds. So imagine with this new this new pure breed. Because now when I put them all together, now there I have the pure breed. See what I mean? This is why you need so many. Now you have the pure breed. Now you can start, oh my gosh. See, there is so much to this. There's so much to this. Now, at one point or another, in the pigeon world, they have inbred. Think about it. Thousands and thousands of years, in the wild, what happens in the wild? Do you have meat? No, I'm not going to inbreed. No, you her father. No, you her brother and sister. I want to separate you. You can't. You don't have that in the wild. You don't. So in the wild, they do inbreed. Okay? So, starting the Primogénito, which is Tippler, once you get that race, once you get the breed, once you get the race, it's a whole different ball game to breed because now you got pure. These guys not related, these guys are not related. You have Tippler, you have Homer, and you have homing pigeon. My wife is texting me. Okay. So now it's a whole different world. Now you put them together. Now you got a new breed. Now let's see what happens. So now this is going to be a buchon. Remember, this is a buchon because after they only have one Tippler and one homing pigeon in the beginning. But then you have one Gaditano. So right now, it's got more percentage of Gaditano. I'm not going to get into numbers. Now you got another Gaditano, Spanish powder. Now you got more percentage. And you got the same percentage or less percentage compared with the Gaditano or Spanish powder. You have less percentage of Tippler and homing pigeon and more percentage of Spanish powder. Now, it might take 3 times. Because see, I have the Segunderon there, the second one. This bird is gorgeous. It's got very small beak. It's got beautiful head. It's got beautiful color. Because see, Tipplers are a rainbow of colors. So that's another thing that a tippler is going to bring into this breed, the colors. So you're going to have Spanish Potters with colors that you are not used to having in a regular Spanish Potter. Why? Because of the tippler. And you guys know that you can have two tipplers that are white bars. Mix them together. And you can mix the baby with other, and you can put the baby with another one, another one, and another one, and another one, and another one. And maybe at the 8th time that you put them together, there are some colors, some kind of color, but all of a sudden, she gives you a white bar. White bar, how? Because they throw back, they pull back. So this Spanish Potter right now, Primogénito, is going to throw back to that tippler and it's going to give that color that you're going to say, whoa, wow, white bars, Spanish Potter. I've never seen a Spanish Potter with white bars. Like this Spanish Potter I have right now, the Segunderón, the second one, is black and it's got the head with a lot of like white. It's like it's a black, we call it grizzle, black grizzle. But it's like cabeciblanco. It's a beautiful color. You hardly see that on Spanish Potters already. You know? So, it's a lot, guys. It's a lot. So, needless to say, I don't have the millions of dollars yet to have a ranch to do this. So, I don't like to give up on things. So, I'm not going to say I'm giving up. But right now, what I can do is the crossbreeding. Just the crossbreeding, and it's still called Primogénito. It's crossbreeding buchón. It's a Primogénito buchón crossbred. It's a cross Primogénito. Okay? But it's not a breed yet. Okay? Because it doesn't have the same characteristics. And I don't like to do it in breeding. Let's see what happens. Because like I say, I'm new to this. This is new. This is not even from the scientific point of view. This is me. All glory to Yahuwah. The ideas, the hallelujah that he gave me. Okay? Maybe one of these days I get a scientific guy, a scientist that knows about this. Maybe somebody comment and help me. Because what I have right now is what I understand. So this is the best that I can explain to make a new breed of Spanish Potter, new breed of pigeon. Okay, guys? If you have any questions, please comment. That's about it. Now I gotta go eat. I made myself black beans. I'm a vegetarian, but I do eat fish sometimes. So please comment below and let me know what you think. Okay, because I've been putting this together for a long time. Long time. I've been thinking about this for 15 years. Now is when it's coming to pass. Excuse me. What? What did I say? That's Hebrew. You know what it means? It means, blessed are you, Yahuwah, our Elohim, our God, our Elohim, who brings, who creates all things. That's what it is. Who creates all things. Blessed are you, Yahuwah, King of the universe. Oh, a cardinal, man. Cardinals have been eating the food from my birds. I love it here. All right, guys, that's it. Hope you enjoy this. Please comment below. Hey, thank you for watching. Love your pigeons. Enjoy your pigeons. Take care of your pigeons. And have a blessed day.